Hey, what's up guys, and welcome in a new video, a new tutorial about Rabbitmq, and today I'd like to show you how to install your first broker, so just a single broker, not a global cluster. We'll see later how to install a global cluster and how to automate all what we need to just run a Vagrant up at finally have a global cluster install with monitoring, etc. But today, just a simple broker. So let's go. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not miss the next video. Support me with a like or comment or stuff like that. Don't forget to share the video with your colleagues if you want. So the first thing is how to process an installation with Rabbitmq. So the first thing that you need is to have, of course, a server or a cluster if you use Kubernetes. But in this video, we'll just see how to install it on a virtual server. So I just installed a server just before. It's running again, but we will have it just after. And if you want, you can use a physical server, of course, but we don't install it with Docker. We see it later, of course, to check how in Kubernetes you can handle Rabbitmq, for example. And after that, we install a Rabbitmq repository. So to do that, we need to install some repository. If I remember well, this is 8 repositories. So this is really important. And to do that, we need to install first 3 GPG keys, and after that add the repository into our apt source list, because we use Debian, a bookworm server. And then after that we need to install, so I forget to add the line to install just the Rabbitmq server. So we need to just run apt install Rabbitmq server to install Rabbitmq and to handle it. And after that, of course, we want to use the graphical user interface about Rabbitmq, and we need to activate this plugin with the plugin management. So with the plugin management to activate the Rabbitmq management plugin, so to activate the GUI. And we need to change the port, or to activate the port about the GUI, and listen on all interface for the GUI, but not only, also to listen on all interface if you want to stream your data or your messages to the Rabbitmq broker. And finally, we want to create our first user with the CLI, but you can do it with the GUI. But for the first time, we need to remove the default user, so this is guest user, about Rabbitmq to be more secure, and create a new user. So let's get started. So now we have our yes, we have our server. I can use another server, but I think I forgot something into it. So we use the Rabbitmq 3, and we will see in another video how to use Vagrant, and with just a Vagrant up, finally at the end we will have a Rabbitmq cluster. This is really useful to do more and more tests, etc. Let's go. You can find in the video description the same repository that I use, and you can use this script. And the first step is to ensure that we have on our server the curl command, of course, the GNU PG to ensure that we can handle GPG key, and to have the apt transport HTTPS for certificate. So let's go. And in this example, we use apt get, but we can just use apt install, like here. This is the same thing, practically. And so we can be root, okay, to be quick. And after that, we want to install 3 GPG keys. The first one is for the Rabbitmq, team repository, so like here. Okay, and we push it into the keyrings directory. So this is because we are on Debian. After that, we install the first Cloudsmith Rabbitmq directory. This is not Rabbitmq, but Erlang Rabbitmq to ensure that we can install what we need to use Erlang, because like I said in a previous video, Rabbitmq use the Erlang language. So this is basically this is like Java language, so we need to install what we need to run Rabbitmq. And after that, we install the key about the Cloudsmith to install some stuff around Rabbitmq. So okay, and now of course we need to add our 8 repositories, so many repository about Erlang, about Rabbitmq from all repositories. So we can do it, and just after that, of course, apt update to ensure that we have a cache up to date with all repositories and new repositories. So that takes few seconds, of course. And after that, we can install the Erlang part, like here. So you can just copy this part to just use the apt. And we install many stuff about Erlang to ensure that we can run Rabbitmq with the Erlang language. So we can use sudo apt install Erlang base, Erlang crypto, etc. That takes a few seconds if my network can be quick. Okay, that then 40 seconds. And after that, what we will do, we just install the Rabbitmq package. And this is not just Rabbitmq, but this is Rabbitmq-server. And this is the same thing, for example, if you want to check the systemd service status. This is not just Rabbitmq, but just important Rabbitmq-server if you need to troubleshoot your cluster or just restart it. After that, okay, we can install with the apt install our Rabbitmq server. So let's go. That takes again a few seconds, and you can see this is only 16 megabytes for the Rabbitmq package. So this is really, really light. And that takes a few seconds again. And after that, I think we can check. Okay, a few seconds again. But we can ensure that we have the Rabbitmq_management plugins installed or already installed, because this is this plugin that provides us the graphical user interface. So we need to ensure that we have it on our server. Before, we can just check that with just a systemctl status Rabbitmq server, and it's the server is running perfect. And we can run now Rabbitmq plugins enable Rabbitmq management to be sure that the plugin is installed. Okay, have been configured. Okay, perfect, and enable. Okay, so now we can check with the netstat command which port do we have and on which port do we listen. So we listen, for example, for the GUI, we listen on this port. So this is 15672, and I need to have the IP of my VM. So this is this IP. I can switch on Firefox, for example. So 15672, like here, and we have our Rabbitmq user interface. But by default, this is guest and guest, but it doesn't work because by default, this interface, and you can see here for this user by default, Rabbitmq listen only on the localhost. But we want to fix all stuff and secure this part. And to do that, what we want to do, the first thing that we want to do is to listen on whole interface, but only for the data port. So this is the 5672, not with the 1 at the beginning. And just after that, we want to ensure that we use the management port, like here. So we can add it into the configuration, but like we saw, this port is already configured, so normally it's good. And after that, we just need to restart the Rabbitmq. So to restart the broker, we can use systemctl restart Rabbitmq server, like here. Okay. And okay. So now just a secure part, and really important to do that at the beginning when you install a broker. So the first thing that we want to do is to ensure to create a new user with Rabbitmq add user and the name of the user and then the password. Here it's just a password. You can use an environment variable or stuff like that to define this password, to not store it in your CLI and in your history. It's important for the secure part. After that, we want to give to the Xavkey user a global access and permissions on the /vhost. So this is the default and the main vhost in the Rabbitmq broker. And then we want to ensure that the Xavkey user is just an administrator. And finally, we can delete the user named guest. So this is the default user. To do that, we can copy all the line and push it all together. And all stuff is done. And perfect. Now we can just use our new user, Xavkey, and we set it to password. Okay. So we have just a little alert here. We can click on learn more, and in learn more, so in the previous page, we can see that Rabbitmq say us all stable future flag must be enabled after completion an upgrade. So okay, that means that we need to activate future flags. But we don't want to select some future flags, we just want to activate all future flags. So to check it, you can run, for example, Rabbitmq and future flags, like here. So we can see all future flags are activated, but not someone, like for example this one, I think, and this one. Detail queues endpoint. So we can activate all future flags, like here. We use just this command line. So this is Rabbitmq enable future flag, and we push the whole argument to be sure that we activate all future flags. And if we go back to our graphical user interface and just a refresh, it's cool. Now no alerts. We are in the Rabbitmq 4.0.5 and the Erlang version, but it's important to synchronize your Erlang version with your Rabbitmq version, because sometimes you need to upgrade the Erlang language on your server, because you can't upgrade your Rabbitmq to next version due to that. So we are in the 27.2 Erlang version. And you can have a look, for example, in the admin part and tab. We have our user named Xavki. So this is this user with the tag administrator, perfect, and can access to virtual host. So it's good for us. We can click on it and we can check here that, of course, we have the virtual host / access, and we can do everything into it, read, here, write, and configure. Perfect again. That's it for today. Thank you for following this video. Don't forget and don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel to support me, and like and comment this video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.